See how important sound is? What I said was, we were at Todd A.O., the place for sound, to meet Oscar-winning sound editor Lon Bender. He won an Academy Award for a little film called Braveheart. So I brought a short film I made that has some sound issues to see if he could help me out. So your movie is shot, your picture edit is locked. Think you're ready for the red carpet premiere? Without sound editing, your audience won't sit through the opening credits. Lon!
Nard, how are you?
Nice to meet you, brother.
You too, what's up?
Lon Bender's got over 100 movies under his belt, and we're not talking student films. You're a sound editor. Can you tell us what that is?
Well, yeah, our job is to put all kinds of new sounds into a show where you might have something you shot in a street, and you want to have the street come to life. You need people, you need cars, you need buses. We put that stuff in. We try and tell the story. Sound, it comes in pieces, lots of little pieces, and they all fit together to make a whole picture, a sound picture.
Not just music, but in the actual sound effects.
Absolutely.
Where and how does Lon get these new sounds? We're going to find out with a piece I like to call Dog Day Morning. I thought we could have some fun today. I have a little short film that we put together here. I think it might have some sound issues, and maybe we could add to it and make it cool.
We're going to make it really cool.
Greg Steele is an audio mixer here, and right now he's going to load in my movie. Bust out the Junior Mints. It's showtime. Dude, I'm about to beat the game. Awesome.
Pretty funny, huh?
You know, I love the leading actor. I've seen all of his stuff.
Yeah, he's famous.
There's some problems, right?
We have some problems, for sure.
So where do we start?
And there's not just problems, but there's things we can add, too. So let's just go through it from the beginning.
Time for Lon to pick apart the production sound and devise a plan to fix it.
It sounds like there was a lawnmower or someone right outside.
Yeah, we had to keep stopping filming for it. We're going to add, like, squeak to the toy, right?
Yeah, we're going to add squeak and the dog peeing on your foot. Well, let's stop right there. All right, so that line, that's a line that we have to think about. Maybe that's not something we want to have on the air. First thing on the road to killer sound is something called ADR, Automated Dialogue Replacement, which is where, you guessed it, we replace dialogue. All right, so the microphone's going to be right here in front of you. We don't have it too close to you, because if it's too close to you, you know, your mouth sounds like, you sound like you're right on top of the audience. We want it to be natural. We want it to be more distant. Okay, so there's space between me and the microphone to kind of replicate what's happening on set. You bet. We want it to be just like what's on set. But that's not all. The mic is angled at my mouth and my chest. Believe it or not, the chest is like the vocal subwoofer. Without that sound element, I'd sound like this. Should we try one? I'm ready. Let's do it. First up, Lon suggested we add a shout out to the dog. Cue 101. Hey, Baltar. That was cake. I am the ADR master. Okay, let's hear that one back just to get an idea of how it's fitting in. Hey, Baltar. Or not. Seems pretty over the top and enthusiastic. I think Baltar is right nearby you. So why don't you do it, not calling out so far, but a little more intimate, like he's right there. Okay. This will be take 2. Hey, Baltar. Loved it. Me too. Or do you want to try one more that's like, hey, Baltar? Hey, like the Fonz? Yeah. All right. Let's try it, just so we have it. I'll give my Fonz a Lily Reed. ADR isn't just for adding lines, but also for changing lines, like removing my cursing to keep our show more family-friendly. I'm going to try. Give it a whirl. Tape's cheap. We don't even have tape anymore. Geordie LaForge. That was pretty good. You may be the one-take wonder. Yeah? Geordie LaForge. Great. Yeah! You nailed it. Holy sci-fi nerd references, Batman. Be honest with me, Lon. Coming in as a total noob on the ADR thing, how'd I do? Well, you know, you ended well. You were a one-hit wonder at the end. At the beginning, I was a little nervous about you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, good job.
I learned from a Jedi Master. Having conquered ADR, the next level is Foley, a process named after Hollywood sound engineer Jack Foley, who invented it in the 30s. I feel like I'm backstage at a theater and just props everywhere.
Yeah, what do you think of this?
Oh, this is amazing. But these props aren't for putting on a show. Well, not exactly. Remember how Lon said sound comes in lots of small pieces?
Sound comes in pieces, lots of little pieces.
Foley artists create many of those pieces right here using these props.
Foley is sound effects that we put to the film to make it sound up close and personal.
What does she mean by up close and personal? Mics on a set are designed to record dialogue, not all the rest of the stuff on screen. Footsteps, fabric rustling, or yes, even dog pee. But those things have to be recorded somewhere, and that somewhere is the Foley stage. Why can't we just use like a database of sound effects that already exists? Why do we have to record these things live?
You do have database for a lot of sounds like door closes, and they're pretty general. They're pretty, it hits hard. Those are called hard effects. We do the softer effects where they move and they have rhythm and you really feel them.
So we match every little dog feet or foot that you see running on the screen. And so basically Foley is sound effects synced to picture.
So you guys are almost like playing out the movement on screen.
Always.
Right
That's
here.
exactly what we're doing.
Foley artists use anything and everything they can get their hands on to make sounds. They can turn paper clips into spider feet and zip lines into... What? You have a zip line in here. What is that for?
So you pull it here and then you mic it over there. You get these wonderful big creaks like your house is creaking.
Hey, so we're going to get going.
Okay.
All right? So the first thing we have in the show is we're going to do the keys. When you walk up, take the keys out of your pocket and get ready to put them in the door.
Okay.
All right? Diane's going to get here, so she's right in the right perspective for the microphone. Because remember before we were talking about the right distance. Okay, I'm going to go in the control booth so I can listen and I'll be able to hear how it sounds.
All right. You're the voice of God on this one. Do you keep different kinds of pants on hand?
Yes, and we have about 30 sets of keys.
That was awesome. I can't believe that you actually take the keys out of the pants pocket.
That's what he does, so that's what we do.
It's just word for word, action for action.
Absolutely.
That little bit that I do with the Game Boy, it requires count them, four separate sound effects. Of course, there's the buttons. Just so you know, the combination on the Game Boy was up, up, down, down, left, right, A, B, B, A, select, start. Got it?
Thank you.
There's the sound of the game itself, which we'll get to later. And there's also the sound of me pulling the Game Boy out of my backpack. And we run into trouble for the weirdest sound of all. The sound of me holding the device. Like, who knew that made a sound?
Needs more like a clunk kind of a thing. Move something longer with more complex features.
Let me see if I find another prop.
All right, we've been through the calculator. We've been through the walkie-talkie.
We have?
Maybe, do you have a Game Boy back there? The Game Boy is MIA, but luckily we found something super old school that will get the job done.
Here it is. That's good.
That'll work?
See? And this is an old recorder.
So right now you're not looking for buttons. You're looking for maybe size and density of it.
Exactly.
For the handling.
See, you could do this.
Next,